All right. Good morning, tribe, and welcome to the Donut Shop at the beginning of the world. I am your host, Dr. Mark Merriweather Vorderbruggen, coming to you live from Ravenscar, my backyard. Woo, boy, do I got a story for you. And guess what? It doesn't involve Amazon. Hey, good morning, Charles. Bright and early as usual. Got your coffee? I got coffee. Let's have some more coffee because I was up pretty late last night. So I'm actually waiting for Dad and Mom to show up before I tell the story. Hey, good morning, Deanna. Because Dad, as a insurance salesman for many, many years, will understand this. Hey, Cinnamon. Good morning, Nicole. Charles, good morning, Kiri. Hello. But I guess I can throw up a teaser. So let me just do this quick. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah. So here is one smashed up car, and you can't see the hole in the side of the house. And then there's another smashed up car over here. So, yeah. Interesting times in the neighborhood last night. Hey, good morning, Aaron. Good morning, Jill. Hey, S. Wild times. Yep. Oh, well. But yeah, that's the house across the street from me. Well, kitty corner. I will tell all once my mom and dad get here. I wonder if, you know what? I'm going to text Dad and tell him to get on the show here. Maybe I could call Dad. Nah. They worry if I call them at unusual times, which is pretty much any time. Join the donut shop. I have a story. Okay. Hopefully he will be on, or they will be on. All right. Hey, Donna. Good morning. Yep. Halfway through the week. Tammy. Good morning. Michelle. Hello. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I got firsthand experience with it. We'll get into it here, Cinnamon. Ooh, Charles, I think my pineapple guavas made it. I have a dozen potted and they all died back to the trunk, but I can see new buds forming. Woohoo! I hope yours made it. So my older pineapple guava did, but then the one I planted last fall, it looks dead. So, Cinnamon, I will tell you, at least last night, the news articles were wrong about what happened last night. Yeah, so that's the question, isn't it? It took out one whole corner of the house. It was scary. Well, I'll wait. I need Dad here. Hey, good morning, Surrender. Need my dad, need my mom. Dad will put forth his insurance, years of his selling insurance and investigating things like this. I'm sure he'll have comments worth hearing. But yeah, it was a really great physics experiment yesterday. All sorts of things flying through the air. Kiri, I've seen Amazon ads trying to convince me that Amazon is a great place to work, and ads trying to convince me that Amazon is a place to do my business selling stuff. Yeah, like they say, most of what you see on the internet is fake. But it's not easy. Maybe if you're selling hula hoops or handmade jigsaw puzzles or something like that, maybe. But Lord Hardy. Anyway. Come on, Dad. I want you here. Maybe I'll tell the story without him. All right. Well, I'll go sideways for a second because it occurred while I was cooking supper last night. Instead of tacos, I decided to make burritos. So I looked up some pictures of burritos to remind myself because it's been like over a year since I've been at a Mexican restaurant and had a burrito. Yeah, but from the family's joyous sounds while eating supper last night, I made good burritos. All right. I can't hold this in any longer. So, Dad, you're just gonna have to show up late, and we'll recap. Is this a farm bureau that makes those commercials showing bizarre events and saying, "Yep, we covered that"? So, unfortunately, the events portrayed were not all that. Let's see if I do. No, I'll do this one. Not that unusual. So last night I'm cooking and I hear what sounds like someone hitting something upstairs, like whack, 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 whack. I'm going, what the hell is that? Because I was alone in the house. It's like, oh man, do I got raccoons or something in my house? And then nothing. And then suddenly, crunch. And like, some big thing fell over. So I look in the backyard because I thought it came from there first. There's nothing there. I have some plywood stacked up. And I thought maybe like the wind had blown it over. Nothing there. Then I thought maybe Mrs. Weather had ordered some new big piece of like exercise equipment. And the people just threw it down on the porch. So I looked out in the front window, nothing there. I'm going, well, that's okay. Interesting. And then so I sat there for a few minutes. And then I hear a siren, police siren, come whipping down our street. And I go, okay, so something is definitely going on our street. So being, the nosy neighbor, I step outside. And what I see, so these two cars, so there's a car here that is smashed through. You can't really see it, but there's a large hole in the side of the house here. And then there's another vehicle here through the fence. And then there is a third vehicle banged up in the center of this intersection. There are two cops saying, get down, get down, get down. There are assorted people down on the ground, hands behind their head. So what happened was apparently a drug deal went bad. It involved a high-speed chase through the neighborhood, not by the cops. It's like apparently all the drug dealer people were fighting each other and shooting at each other as they raced through our neighborhood. They came down this one street that tees into my street. These two vehicles did not make the turn. They were going too fast. Both lost control. The littler car, geo tracker thing here, it went airborne, rolled a few times, and then smashed into the house. The other just kind of swung around and smashed into the fence, which he had just put up 3 weeks ago. Brand new fence, gorgeous fence. I was jealous of his fence. The owner of the house was a block down the sidewalk with his 3 kids. Normally this time of day they are playing here in the yard, but they were down the street on a walking because the kids are old enough to walk now. Yay! And they saw it happen. They heard the shots. They saw the cars fly out of control and smash into his house and into his fence. And so they dived into a neighbor's house right away. Within 20 minutes, we had about, I think we lost count at 11 cop cars and stuff there. But 4 people were arrested. A half pound of meth. And according to the cops, this was the good blue stuff. This was like Breaking Bad quality meth, not the, as he described it, the cheap yellow scum that comes up from other places. This was high quality meth. And so the owner of the house, he was pretty cool with it all. I know today he's probably going to have nightmares, but yeah. But 3 cars, in a bad drug deal, racing through the neighborhood, shooting at each other, losing control, and smashing into the house across the street from me. So that was my evening. But it was not, it actually, I love our neighborhood so much because all the neighbors were out. There's all this police tape around, and we're all standing there and talking. And those that didn't know each other entered. It really turned into a street party. Uh, yeah, because that's the sort of neighborhood we have. So we got flashing lights, we got entertainment. Let's hang out and chill. Yeah, so we were all out there talking. Good times, good times. All right, hey Dan, order 10 trees, 2 each, pineapple, apple, nectarines, peach, plum, and pomegranate. The start of our orchard. Cool, cool, cool. I'm jealous. Yes, Marie, if you go to foragingtexas.com, my website, foragingtexas.com, there is a tab there that shows my upcoming in-person classes. And I'm teaching all over. And also, I'm constantly updating it as things open up and as different people set up to host me. So, yes, I do teach. Live, in-person, hands-on, nose on, tongue on. Yep. So you're assuming, Jason Sonia, that there were burritos left over by the end. I actually thought I'd make leftovers or enough to make leftovers. I was wrong. Thank you, Wes. Hey, good morning, Evie. Teaching today? All right. Kimberlyn, our war chief. Good morning. Have a great day to drive. Running to the lab or blood work. Oh my. Oh no. Poor owner. Wow. So amazing. God was watching over them. Yeah, because his home office is right where that car hit. He said if he had been still working, I gotta fix my beard. He would have been killed. And he's a single dad with 3 kids. It was nice because the whole neighborhood came together, and as usual, because that's what our neighbors do. And we had plastic and all that, sealing the hole. I'll tell you, flex tape, it's expensive, but it's worth it because that's about the only thing that sticks to brick. So yeah, it's all plasticed up today, so the storms won't get in there. And then he was staying at a neighbor's place, and yeah. So, okay, holy crap, time to move. No, and all the neighbors were talking about, a lot of us have been here, well, we've been here since 99. And the last big excitement, there have been 3 occasions in this neighborhood in the 20-some years, 22 years of excitement. There was last night, there was almost exactly a month ago when 3 goats got loose in the neighborhood. That was fun. There was the constant chatter. Oh, the goats are here. The goats are here. The goats are there. And then back in 99, 2000, there were 2 cows and a pig wandering the neighborhood loose. So all things consider, we still consider our neighborhood a good place. Now I would love to move off in the country more, but so be it. But yeah, it was exciting. Yeah, thank Lord none of the neighbors got hurt. Because like I said, normally Brian and his kids are out there playing right in they have a nice big yard. And they're always out there playing after work. And it could have been really bad. Yep. Oh, I got another. I don't know if you can see it here. I'll try. So that's the owner of the house in the orange being interviewed by the news people last night. So if you saw Channel 11 Houston News, that was it. But yeah, what was really interesting is the number of stories that started spreading about what was going on. It was at first, there was claimed to be a domestic dispute, and the husband was shooting at the wife. And she was trying to get away from them, and they were chasing her. Turns out she was the one shooting at them, and she had the meth in her car. But all of them were found with illegal substances and so forth. Yeah. Oh, so yeah, That on the heels of the puppy busting through the fence. Yeah, your neighborhood definitely hasn't been drama-free lately. So in the car with the lady who had the meth was also a very lovely pit bull, white dog, and animal control had to come and take the dog away. Worse, she also had her young son in the car with her. He was maybe 4 or 5, and he's now in Child Protective Services. The dog is at the dog pound. Just a mess. Yep, don't do meth. Don't do drugs. Yeah. Okay, Felicia, do you still do private land tours? Not so much, unless they're near to Houston and there's a day that works. But it never really the time away from the family and stuff. We can talk if you email me. Let me know where you are and so forth. But the economics never really worked out for me. That's why I do the big classes, because then the price is diffused amongst 12 people rather than 3 or 4 people. So yeah. But go ahead, Felicia. Email me at Merriweather at Foraging Texas. There's a link on the Foraging Texas website, and we can talk about it. But generally not so much anymore. Hey, Henry, good morning. Down in Corpus. So I haven't, what was it? The South Texas Botanical Gardens and also Oso Bay. There are 2 places down in Corpus I've taught multiple times. I haven't taught down there in a while. I recently reached out to Oso Bay Nature Preserve to see if they wanted me to come back. But they were still closed. Apparently they suffered some hurricane damage and still haven't completely reopened. And so they said they weren't ready for it yet. I've also taught a number of times in Victoria at the Museum of the Coastal Bend in Victoria, Texas. I need to talk to them to see if they want me to come back anytime soon. So usually what happens, Marie, is some sort of organization. So a museum, a nature preserve, a state park, someone with access to land and insurance will host me to come down, and it'll be like a fundraiser for them and, some payment for me. So let's see what happens. Yeah, keep checking in the Foraging Texas website, the upcoming classes. I will say the coronavirus screwed a lot of things up. And so a lot of places weren't allowing people to gather. So that was the main reason during 2020 that I didn't, do a lot of classes that had been scheduled. But we'll see. All right, Rebecca, I pulled a 5-gallon bucket of cleavers out of my garden yesterday. I used to throw them away, but now I can't throw it away. What's the best use? What's the best way to use this or store it? Now that I know they're beneficial weeds, I can't even step on them anymore. Yep, that's welcome to my world. So yeah, so hang the clusters up to dry. Once they're dry, just crush them up, the stems and the leaves and everything. And then if you brew brew coffee, like you have a Mr. Coffee type thing, throw along with the coffee grounds, throw like a teaspoon of cleavers into the, mix it into the coffee grounds too, and go with that. Or just make a tea out of it. But yeah, the best benefits from the cleavers come as a tea. So go with that. You ain't kidding, Henry. It was a wild time. All right, Kimberlyn, have a good day. Hope your blood is good. Yep. Don't forget Kool-Aid. Yep. Did you, Aaron, did you hear the update or the kind of the end of the story on Kool-Aid? Kool-Aid was a dog that burst through, it turns out, not just 6 fences through here, but 7. So yeah, Kool-Aid was a pit bull, a stray, starving pit bull that still had enough strength to burst through our fences. 7 people here. He got taken away by animal control, but he is in a no-kill shelter now. So yeah. Hey, Isaac. Good morning. All right. Dad, Mom, good morning, everyone. Beautiful, cold morning in Minnesota. Smoke from fires and Black Hills makes it kind of hazy. Wow, it's blowing over there. Okay, Dad, did you hear my story? Did you hear what happened last night? Otherwise, I'm gonna. Hey, good morning, Wolf. Okay, so let's do this again here. Okay, what we have here is failure to communicate. No, what we have here is physics in action. So last night, on the other side of our neighborhood, there was a drug deal gone bad, which resulted in 3 vehicles racing through the neighborhood at high speeds, shooting at each other. And then, so there's a house or a street that runs alongside our house, which then tees into our street. And they came racing down that, failed to take the corner, went out of control. One went airborne, rolled across the yard, and smashed into the house. There's actually a big hole in the side of the house now. You can see through the house all the way to the back of the house. The other ended up backwards, smashed through his brand new gorgeous fence. And then a third was in the intersection over here. It's not in the picture. And then lots of bullet holes in everything. But yeah, it was a drug deal gone bad, which resulted in lots of chasing, lots of gunfire, and a house with a big hole in it now. So yeah, not so exciting, or not so boring. Interesting times. So yeah, like I said, I love our neighbors. Everyone was out helping each other, standing there talking, introducing, the few that didn't know each other finally got to meet. But then once the cops gave us the go ahead, some people got some plastic and some tools and some Flex Seal, and we sealed up the side of his house with big sheets of plastic, at least to keep out the rain today. And then supposedly there is companies that come and board up holes in houses from vehicles. It's like one of their services they offer, because apparently that happens enough that you can make a business off it. Yeah. So anyway. Yeah. Okay. Old Town Spring was nice when we lived there. Yeah, I live right behind Old Town Spring. So the oasis in the Houston area. We stayed on a little farm off a street on the other side of the tracks. Okay. Oh, is that you don't know Buster Bear, do you? Buster Bear? He owns half of Old Town Spring. Hey, Monica. Good morning. Yep, I have to make a whole separate batch of filling for breakfast burritos and make over 50 packs of them when I do break down and make it. That sounds like the way to do it. Oh man, Maxine, we had a truck go completely through one of our front bedrooms. Grands were sleeping in a room 15 minutes before angels were with us. Holy cow, yeah. Scary. How long ago was that? That couldn't have been that long ago. All right, Nicole, have a great day. Kelly, we have a sleepy little neighborhood too. Meth kills, meth destroys. Like I said, so the lady that had the meth, and she was actually shooting back because, she was shooting at them. They were shooting at her. In her car was a pit bull and a 4 or 5-year-old boy. So, like I said, the pit bull ended up with animal control. The boy went off to the Child Protective Services. The lady went off to jail. The drivers of the other vehicles went off to jail. Yeah, it was an ugly. Dan, the worst that has happened around here was a lost driver came down our road and pulled into my driveway. Yep. Hey, Julie. Good morning. Always good to see you. Hey, Jackie. Hello. Completely understandable. That makes me so happy to hear you saying time away from your family isn't worth it. You're a good man, Charlie Brown. No, I'm throwing the Charlie Brown there. I'll email and see if we can get a big group together. If not, our family will travel to find you. Cool. Yep. Check it out. I got classes coming up. And all because someone ate a bat. Now, don't knock eating bats. They're actually quite tasty and nutritious. Okay, so actually, most of the Houston areas where I teach, Felicia, are still shut down. Actually, May 4th, I will be doing a free class, 2-hour class at Spring Creek Greenway Nature Center, which is right over here, near where all this excitement happened. But yeah, I haven't put it up on the website yet. Mostly I'm out in the Austin area and Wimberley, but I got a few going around. I need to see if people are opening up again. Okay, considering the ingredients, how the heck was meth ever created? Some of those ingredients I would never consider putting in my body as an experiment. Why would anyone think this stuff can make you high? So interesting story about that, Kiri. So meth was originally invented by the Japanese right around the start of World War II. So there are certain plants that are high in ephedra that had been used since ancient times as a decongestant, but also as a stimulant. And Japan enters World War II, and it has, it's a small island nation trying to take over the world. So they're thinking, we need to do something to increase the size of our army. And someone had the bright idea, well, if we just keep our soldiers awake more, they can do more. And so it'll be like we have a bigger army. And so they started experimenting with the plant, the plant that had the ephedra in it, which grows all over Texas, also, actually all over the world. And they started chemically modifying it, and they came up with several variations of meth from the reaction of the ephedra in the plant. And so they started giving it to their soldiers to help them stay awake. So it helped them stay awake, made them slightly paranoid, which frankly is not a bad thing for a soldier. Germany saw what was going on. They said, we too must make meth. That's a German accent. I suck at accents. And so they started making meth for their soldiers. And even the US said, well, they're doing it, we may as well too. So actually, World War II was kind of a meth-fueled gang fight by the different armies, just trying to out-stimulate each other. That sounded bad. But yeah. So, yep, started with Japanese scientists and went from there. Ooh, okay, Marie, what can you do with stinging nettles? So the best thing to do is dry them, crush them up into a powder, mix this powder in with flour and egg and salt and a little water to make nettle pasta. So green nettle pasta. Look up green nettle pasta or just nettle pasta, and you can make noodles, and all sorts of things out of it, and use those. And it's super nutritious and super good for you, and really just awesome stuff. So if you don't want to go through the effort of making pasta, you can also just crumble it up and add it to any other sort of sauce or soup or anything like that to get the nutritional and medicinal values of it. Even nettle tea is really good. So yeah, the first step is to hang it, let it dry so it kind of breaks down some. So the cell walls can break down, so all the good stuff inside the cells can now come out of the cells. That's what you want. So for the tea is good for allergy relief because it has some histamine blockers in it too. So cool. Hey, Dina, good morning. Yep. Good deal. Glad to know it wasn't his fault. He got bad humans. This is true. So, okay, which one was the mom's car? I got some other pictures here, and I don't have them on this computer, so we're going to try and do it this way. Hold on. Yeah, so there's the house. There's the mom with the kid. I got the faces blanked out. You can see the hole in the house. You can see the other vehicle there. So the gray sedan there, there are a number of bullet holes in that, but also exit holes. She was shooting out of the car through the windows, through the windshield, and through the passenger side windows. She didn't even bother rolling the windows down. She just started shooting. Yeah, with the kid in the car. But yeah, So lots of bullets, lots of drugs, lots of bad stuff. Oh man, Jackie, give me more cleaver stuff, please. I have 1/8 acre, my back 40, cool, covered in it along with the Caroline geranium, bins and some whistle and mandarin and other stuff. Cool. Nice. Hey, Nina. Hey, Kelsey. Have a good day. Bring forth plants for people. You need nature's Allegra. Yeah, the stinging nettle and fenugreek. Fenugreek. I never know how to pronounce that one. Are both really good antihistamine herbs. Oh, okay. Grand Park. I know where you live now. Kind of like right across the street from the Spring Creek Greenway Nature Center. Grand Parkway bought the farm and was built where the home sat. There are still a few homes there and another person with horses. Yeah. All right, Jill, heading to Tennessee this weekend outside Nashville. My son bought 262 acres and hoping to forage for morel, mushrooms, and wherever else we can find. Yeah, if you're out there right now, check the soil temperature. Above 55 degrees, close to 60 degrees is when they will pop up. If there were any burned areas recently, look there. Whoop. All right, it is 7:50. Yay, group take. Getting my Kermit the Frog on here. Okay, so let's jump right into this. Remember, I am the Medicine Man at Medicine Man Plant Co., bringing ancient plants for modern issues. So we got the liver pill. Got to take care of that liver so the liver can take care of you. Yeah, so the news reports that it was a street racing thing. It wasn't a street racing thing. We got the brain pill. Memory, focus, mental clarity, attention. Part of my ritual with the brain pill is just to smell it because it smells so good. Got the brain pill. We got a mustache hair. I got the immune pill. We have an immune system designed to protect us, but there are things you can do to improve the... Sorry, the sky just turned really dark. Weird. Okay, so the immune pill helps stimulate the immune system. We got the blood pressure pill. And I don't take a full dose of the blood pressure pill because I have naturally low blood pressure, but there are some other side benefits of the things in there too. So I'm going to take 2 of the blood pressure. It's Wednesday. Libido pill. Wednesdays are date night. And one of the experimental ones I'm working on, and I got to hide one word here. So the kidney pill. I'm going to have to hide one word because otherwise the FDA will get mad at us. And that's just a 1-a-day one. All right, now I have a mouthful of rubber. Hey, Carly? I'm sorry. Years ago, I woke to FBA, ATF, DEA, and more of the alphabet in my backyard. Dozens of vehicles from different areas. It turns out the neighborhood was part of a big drug ring and was one of several houses that synchronously busted across the city. Yowza. Yep. That boy's going to remember that event. I lost my grandmother in a car accident between my 1st and 2nd grade that I survived. I remember tons, and the newspaper story proves my memory correct. Yowza. So, yeah, that was one of the plants here in our part of the world. We have sitta, also known as wireweed, which is in the same family. Yep, the meth history was mesmerizing. So, yeah, the original articles of turning ephedra and epinephrine into meth were in Japanese science articles. And there's this kind of urban legend that when the Google Translate went online, people found the directions, and that's how they learned how to make meth in the bathrooms and deer camps and stuff like that, is from looking at the old Japanese research papers using Google Translate. I don't know how realistic that is, but yeah, Rebecca, just hang them open. They don't need to be in a paper bag. You want airflow around them to keep them dry and keep any mildew from forming. But during the drying process, there is an enzyme, like I said, whose purpose is to start chewing holes in the cell wall, which allows the water to escape. Once the water is gone, that enzyme stops. But now when you put the plants in water or alcohol or something like that, there are escape routes for the molecules to leave the cells. Yeah, when you dry them, does the sting go away? For the most part. What happens is the little needles basically kind of shrivel up, and they no longer have the strength to sting. But yeah. Should I put up the feelers to see what size group we might be able to get for a class? I disappeared for a second and came back to meth and soldiers. Yep. Welcome to the donut shop. Make nesto, like pesta made from nettles. That sounds good. That sounds really good. Hey, good morning, Jennifer. Yep, I don't know if you saw, but here's why we were discussing this. Is because last night there was a meth shootout, a car chase, and collision excitement in our neighborhood. These are two of the three cars. One is embedded in the side of the house and went through the house. Another is in the fence, and a third bullet-ridden vehicle was in the middle of the street. So what better time to give the history of meth? Yeah, the one thing is when you're cooking it, you might lose some of the vitamin C, but a lot of the other vitamins and minerals and a little protein and okay, that's a jet. A lot of the other stuff is still fine. Yeah. So, yeah, cooking the nettle, like I said, it reduces some of the vitamin C, but that's it. Hey, Cleo, good morning. Okay, I noticed that my nettle tea, the longer it sticks, the greener it gets. Is that called chlorophyll forming? So that's actually the chlorophyll leaving the cells and going out into your tea. So it's not so much chlorophyll is forming as much as being extracted from. Oh, it's starting to rain again. Extracted from the plant. What time is it? Oh, I got to keep an eye on the time. Jonathan, I always thought the myth of the mad scientist is unrealistic because the evil scientist probably comes from the same labs as a good scientist, but I'm not a scientist. Maybe scientists can spot a mad scientist. Okay, here's the thing, Jonathan. All scientists are mad. Yep. And okay, so let's go one step farther here. Technically, it's not a mad scientist, it's a mad engineer. Because scientists, they are developing new technology, so they got control groups, they're doing all this stuff. It's like, yeah, never mind. Whereas if you're actually actively trying to make something to control the world, you're not so much doing scientific research, you're doing engineering. You're trying to create a specific object rather than understand a system, if that makes any sense. But yeah, but really, the discussion scientists have in like the lunchroom, the break room, around the coffee maker would terrify most people. As we all have our different plans for taking over the world. Ooh, okay. How do you treat the sting of bull nettle? It just popped up every year around the barn. It's horrible when the kids want to get close to animals and get stung because it's sneaky, hidden between the grasses. I found hemp lotion that helps. I wonder if there's something else. So on that, like some meat tenderizer is a good one, or some plantain, or even some mashed up curled dock is some of the natural cures for it. But yeah, normally it's just some time. As bull nettle is wicked. And unfortunately, even though bull nettle has the sting, similar compounds to stinging nettle, it's a completely different family. And the leaves are not edible, not nutritious or anything like that. So, yeah. Hey, good morning, Siri. Yep. What does that tell you about the news? Yep. According to the news, it was street racers. It was not street racers. It was a large quantity of meth. Don't make jokes when I'm drinking coffee. Oh, I'm so going to steal that. Urban legend. Oh, I'm so stealing that. Hey, Bonnie, you're here. You're going to have to go and look at the replay so you can find out this. This is across the street. I'm probably milking that for all it's worth, aren't I? Okay, I'll stop. Oh, man, did not make it back to Austin till 9 last night. That's not so bad. That's not right. Okay, whoa, it's 8 o'clock. All right. Okay, quick. Just got to see what Wolf was up to. This year, we are trying to have the best living quarters on site at Chirpy Fair. Thus, lots of work to be done above the booth. What booth are you in again, Wolf? Okay, quick word. Marie, can I use a dehydrator to dry the nettles? Yeah, because in the case of stinging nettles where you're going to crush it up and add the plant, yeah, go ahead and dehydrate it that way if you want. It's not my personal best favorite way of doing it, but since you are still using the entire plant. So yeah, use the leaves and the stem, all that. And then just kind of powder it once it's dry enough to powder. Oh, good morning, Maine-based girlfriend. How you doing? Just kidding, Wolf. I'm way too old for her. She probably has much better taste. Yeah. I guess, all our neighbors, we were discussing that last night because, we had the dog go through the fence and we got the car through the fence. We are on the flight path of jets landing at IAH, and we're wondering what's next, like a jet crashing down through our fences. Scary times. Oh. Okay. One quick other cool news. Proud dad bragging about his kids. So, mini weather. She was looking at the school in California, but then the school in New York offered her a better deal. And so, in the New York school, she thought it was probably a better fit for her personally from a career point of view. And so she told the school in California that, these people offered me more money. And so I'm going there. And so they said, oh, we can offer you more money. And so she is now in a bidding war. These two schools are bidding on trying to give her, trying to up each other's scholarships and things like that to try and get her to come see them and go to school there. So it's like, oh, yes. Very awesome. Very awesome. So right now, California is now ahead of New York. Okay. Time for me to get going. Got medicine man stuff to do today. Love you all. Mom, Dad, love you. Dad, yeah. Check out the accident, the pictures there. But again, it was great because the whole neighborhood came together and as usual was taking care of each other, and it was just heartwarming. I got to tell you, a little bit of disaster, at least in this neighborhood, is always proven to be a big drawer together. Okay. Oh, okay. And then if you are at Chirpy Fair, check out booth 63, the Ravendale Fine Pewter, and say hi to the Wolfman. All right. Got to get going. So So end broadcast. Love you all.